Welcome, dear students, to PNMRC e-learning classes. Dear children, today we shall start with the new chapter, that is chapter number 11, Non-Violence and Love. So what do you mean by non-violence? Non-violence is the personal practice of being harmless to one's self and others under every condition and situation. So, in this chapter, we will explore how our spiritual leaders fought for the peace and non-violent movements for the betterment of the society through their principles of non-violence. So, for a non-violent person, the world is like a big family where no one fears anyone nor anyone tries to frighten anyone. So, the root cause of fear is violence. Jesus Christ was against violence, so was Leo Tolstoy. Gandhiji never approved of violence, so did many sages and saints the world over at various junctures of time. Gautam Buddha, Guru Nanak, King Ashoka also fall in the same category. According to Gandhiji, one could win over violence by non-violence. There was no better way to stop the onslaughts of violence than by non-violence. Children, we all know that Gandhiji always followed the principles of non-violence, right? Non-violence is not a weapon of coward. One needs to be brave to practice non-violence. In our freedom struggle, Gandhiji led the nation to freedom by non-violent means. When the protesters burned the police post in Chaura Chori, Gandhiji called a halt to the protest simply because he thought it wrong to end violence using the violence. Non-violence is much superior to violence. Just as the one who swims along the tide of water is not a swimmer, but the one who swims against the current of water is the swimmer. Similarly, the one who practices violence in return for violence is not a believer of non-violence, but the one who sticks to non-violence in the face of violence also. So we must be non-violent against violence. A non-violent person knows no fear of violence, nor does he make others fear him. One who uses the weapon of non-violence succeeds only when he has unwavering faith in God. The mightiest of all violence is less mighty than the true non-violence. Patience is the mantra for non-violence. All religions have one thing in common, and that is non-violence. Violence is the weapon of the weak, whereas non-violence is the weapon of the brave. When you resort to non-violence to end violence, the sheer quality of non-violence takes shape and in the process exposes the brute traits of violence. Non-violence is a practical way of living and not merely a bookish concept. It has truth on its side, whereas violence has falsehood as its guide. Non-violence never ends in defeat, it defeats the violence in the end. So, here you can see, for non-violence to be true, it must not be a make-believe one. Non-violence gets impetus by the severity of violence. Its practitioner can consistently pursue it despite all odds, and its antagonist cannot survive the sallies of non-violence in the long run. What is the meaning of impetus? Means something that encourages something good to happen. So non-violence is much needed to preserve independence as it was needed to achieve it. So children, you can see here pictures are given here of the spiritual leaders who practice non-violence. Guru Nanak, Gautam Buddha, King Ashoka, Mahatma Gandhi, Jesus Christ and Leo Tolstoy. So one cannot apply non-violence on a large scale for bigger issues if one has not tested it at the personal level for trivial matters as a testing laboratory. So love is the another name for non-violence. It turns a sworn enemy into the best friend and it heals many wounds like a balm. In the absence of truth and non-violence, the march of violence will be unhindered to cause the end of mankind. One must always win over the forces of evil with the forces of good, and that's possible only if we curse the sin and spare the sinner. Just as in the geometry you can see perpendicular is the shortest of all the lines drawn from a point to given line, likewise non-violence is the only shortest and surest route to end violence. So these were the principles which Mahatma Gandhi followed as non-violent methods for the sake of his country. Right, children? So, his non-violence didn't ascribe to shrinking away from the responsibility of protecting the hungry masses from the rich few. No one should remain a mute spectator and protagonist of non-violence in the face of social injustice, violence on the poor and the weak anywhere in the world. So this chapter we have discussed about non-violence and love. So what is the moral value of it? It means avoiding not only external physical violence but also internal violence of spirit through the principles and wisdom of spirituality. So there is a well said proverb about non-violence is that wisdom and awareness is a vaccine for violence. So children, today we completed chapter number 11 from the moral science. Hope you like this video. Thank you children. Stay home, stay safe.